fight the position here. That seems a little different. Yeah, there's a little bit of momentum still. Don't know. Don't know. Don't want to be against the trend. Never again. What the hell is this? What? I've never seen that before. I'm just gonna follow momentum. Honestly, and the momentum of this trade is pretty big. 74 points in 1 minute. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. reset. Oh. Just gonna finish up fast and then be done. Yeah, I'm just gonna record what I need to record for like 30 minutes and then afterwards I'll be done. About like an hour or something like that. Huh? When's your appointment? AM? Oh, PM, sorry. What the fuck? Yeah. 12? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Figures. I need to go grab something at Home Depot later today. Cyrus messages me. Says Palantir puts are constantly printing. I'm like, okay. Okay, bud. Lower low. Still a lower low in the markets here. Right. I'm not gonna jump into that trade until I see a confirmation on the 5. For it to close above that, and then I'll jump in longs. 5-minute engulfing looks really nice too. Maybe this is just a buy reversal setup. Gap down, gap up type of play. They filled the entire gap here. So rare for that to happen anyways. Gonna see it close the gap here on the 3-minute maybe. Yeah, it's a nice reversal type of play, honestly. Technically that's a reversal.
Sell iceberg ES. Buy iceberg ES. Sell stop ES. Sell iceberg ES. Sell iceberg YM. Buy iceberg ES. Sell stop ES. Sell stop NQ. Sell stop ES. Sell iceberg YM. Buy stop YM. Buy iceberg ES. Buy stop YM. Buy stop ES.
We actually closed within the range here for longs. So I think we get a bounce here maybe.
Sell iceberg YM.
Nice break.
Buy iceberg YM. Sell stop ES. Sell stop ES. Buy stop YM. Buy iceberg ES. Sell iceberg ES. Sell stop NQ. iceberg ES. Sell iceberg ES. Sell iceberg ES. Sell iceberg ES. Sell iceberg ES. Buy iceberg YM. Buy iceberg YM. Sell stop YM. Sell iceberg ES. Buy stop YM. Sell iceberg ES. Buy iceberg ES. Buy iceberg gold. Sell stop NQ. Sell stop gold. Buy iceberg ES. Buy iceberg ES. Sell stop NQ. Buy stop YM. Sell iceberg ES. Buy iceberg gold. Buy iceberg YM. Buy iceberg YM. iceberg ES. By stop YM. Stop ES. By iceberg YM. Sell iceberg CL. By stop YM. By stop ES. By stop gold. Sell iceberg YM. Sell stop gold. By iceberg ES. By stop ES. Sell iceberg 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 ES. By stop ES. By stop YM. By iceberg gold. Sell stop NQ. Sell stop ES.
Hmm.
By stop ES. stop ES. Buy iceberg ES. Sell stop YM. Sell stop ES. Sell stop ES. Buy stop gold. Sell iceberg ES. Sell iceberg ES. Sell stop ES. Buy iceberg ES. Buy stop ES. Buy stop ES. Buy stop YM. Buy iceberg gold.
buyers are definitely coming through now. Yeah, I can feel the buyers coming through gradually
Sell
here.
stop YM.
I'm gonna go for one more dip buy if I can get one.
Sell stop YM. Sell stop ES. Sell stop YM. Buy stop ES. Sell iceberg gold. Buy stop YM. Sell iceberg ES. Sell stop NQ. Sell iceberg gold.
Morning, Q10. How are you?
Buy stop gold. ECJ5. Sell iceberg 1 gold. Started. Buy stop ES.
I think we're starting to see something here. Man, Q10, I always hate trading sometimes. It beats the shit out of you, you know? You get beat up from it. I'm okay, you know? Thankfully. Like, I'm not super fucking stressed or some shit. Thank God to that. But I'm pretty sure we keep going here. Like, this is looking nice. And look at how like it's floating off the 9 MA here. We should see a spike here. It shouldn't come back. I want to see it break the highs here. We break the highs, we break over here, 677s, and we're running. Should be running here.
Sell iceberg ES. Buy stop ES. Sell iceberg ES. Sell iceberg ES. Sell stop NQ.
Yeah, it's new combine.
Stop ES.
You know, they like to do consolidations on days like this too, so I don't know. But right now, this kind of looks like it's riding the 9. This might be the 9 moving average here. I don't like that. I'm gonna get wicked out.
Sell stop YM. Sell iceberg NQ. Sell iceberg ES.
I don't know, man. I think we might come back into the range. Yeah. I want to pass this like really hard, but I know that I can't trade on days like this, and I'm just kind of contemplating, but who knows, man. I'm kind of like, it is ranging. It is a ranging market. It's only going higher. It's not going lower. I want to say that we're getting moving. We're going to get a move here. Like a pretty quick one. How's your combine going? It's only
Sell
climbing.
iceberg ES.
It's literally only climbing here.
Buy iceberg ES.
It just retested properly. And it's only climbing.
Sell stop ES. Buy stop ES. Buy iceberg ES.
Nice break here.
Buy stop NQ.
I think this might be it anyways.
Buy stop NQ.
I want to see a big sweep here. All the liquidity on the right hand side here. Nice big sweep. Come back into the range maybe, I don't know. I want to like be patient, you know. I haven't been holding my winners like when they need to be held, right? Like that's the thing I'm really bad at. It's just not holding my winners.
Sell iceberg ES.
So I'm practicing that on my combines, so that like even if I blow up these combines and stuff like that, I try to hold on to my trades as long as possible. It's a way of practicing it.
Sell iceberg ES. Buy iceberg ES. Sell iceberg ES. Buy iceberg ES. Sell iceberg ES. Buy iceberg ES.
Thank you. I'll see you soon, Kuten. Just take it easy today. I think the trend just broke out here. Is this the first sign of buyers actually taking control because they just broke the previous high? Right. But I'm not gonna think that like sellers aren't like in control either. This could just be like a quick retest here, like a double top or something. But I like that close too. Look at how that closed. It closed above the fair value gap here.
Buy iceberg ES. Sell stop YM. Sell iceberg ES. Sell stop ES. Sell iceberg ES. Sell stop ES. Buy iceberg gold. Buy iceberg ES. Sell stop ES. Sell iceberg ES. Buy stop NQ. Sell iceberg ES. Buy stop ES.
The fuck?
Buy iceberg ES. Sell iceberg ES. Buy iceberg ES. Buy iceberg YMH5. Sell trend 1 started. Sell iceberg CL. Sell iceberg YM. Buy stop YM. Buy stop YM. Buy iceberg NQ. Sell iceberg NQ. Sell iceberg NQ. Buy iceberg NQ. Buy iceberg NQ. Sell iceberg YM. Sell stop NQ. Buy stop YM. Sell stop YM. Sell stop NQ. Sell stop ES. Sell iceberg CL. Buy stop ES. Sell stop NQ. Sell iceberg ES. Buy iceberg gold. Sell iceberg YM. YM. Sell iceberg NQ. Sell iceberg ES. Buy stop NQ. Sell iceberg NQ. Buy stop ES. Buy stop NQ.
I gotta really practice, you know, babe?
Buy iceberg
How to
ES.
hold my winners longer. Look, I just made like $1,000 on one main.
Buy stop CL.
It blew up already.
Babe, please. Next time, just take it from me.
It's fine. It's so fine. The fuck, babe? How many minis?
Buy stop.
Wait, you use like 5 minis?
Sell iceberg ES.
I actually screenshot.
How do you feel about it?
Look,
It's okay, it's a
I
joke.
had it here,
Yeah.
and it was coming down, and it did not touch me. And I had the mini turns. And it's okay.
Yeah, that's why you have to.
No, I just don't want to do it anymore. Just take it from me because I feel like I only feel like I'm addicted, you know.
Sell iceberg ES. Buy stop ES. Buy iceberg ES.
Alright. Looks like buyers are just going crazy today. For real. I'm just gonna think it's gonna run here to support. See a squeeze here. It's been a while since they squeezed it, so
Sell stop NQ. Buy stop gold.
another 10 points maybe. Honestly, babe, like, that's what I like, you know? Like, my trades, like, I know, like, I always, like, I need to work on that specifically. It's not about, like, and it's something that I just studied recently, right? It's not about, like,
Buy iceberg ES.
how many trades you're taking. It's about how big your green trades end up being green. That's what matters the most. And it's true. At the end of the day, it's like you want to take less trades, but it's like if you jump into a trade, expect that your trade is not going to work out, but expect that your trade may work out and it's going to print a really big green day, right? Like yesterday, it dropped like almost 10 grand with 1 minute, right? In 24 minutes. So it's just like my job now is to basically maximize on that, right? And stop being so like stop taking profits so quickly. Like stop gratifying it so that I become more like consistent with the green days. It's just something that I gotta work on for real. Like, it's just a matter of being consistent on the green days more than actually the red days. Like this right here, babe. Like I took quite a bit of trades on the combine and everything, and I didn't blow up because I'm only using 1 mini, right? But it's like, look at how like I took all my trades, right? I jumped in shorts right here, I got out. Then I jumped in longs right here, it pulled back, right? But if my stop loss, like if my risk to reward is good, right? 627, whatever, that's my entry, which is really high, right? But at the end of the day, like I should be looking to buy the dips at the lows here, and then not risking about 84 points, but I'd be risking more like $500 on this trade, right? My goal is to make more than $500 on the trade if I'm going to be doing that, right? I want to make at least $2,000 if I'm going to risk $500 on the trade, right? But if I take a trade up here expecting the same thing and I am risking right here $1,500, my goal is to make more than $1,500 realistically, right? But it's not entirely possible because like sometimes like your trade entry is really bad, right? Like for example, when I took a long here at the highs, this was a really bad trade entry technically, right? And look at how they pulled it back really hard, made me stop out for a big loss. In reality, like I should be, in the green right now if I jumped in longs here. And it's like another thing is like, look, I took shorts here. Immediately right after I saw this engulfing candle, I immediately got out, which was $650 on a loss, right? I flipped long because I expected a full pump, and it did pump, and I was up 800 bucks around here. Right now, I'm only up 115 because I let my losses be bigger than my greens. That's all there is to it. It's just a matter of focusing on what's right, and like if I can't develop like a healthy trading plan where I want to like increase my green days, I'm never gonna get there. I need to really like let my winners run, especially in any kind of environment. Like I always have to let my winners run, and if I don't let my winners run, then I'm going to basically skew my results. I'm going to take less high quality trades. It's just a combination of that, really. I need higher quality trades, and for me to take a higher quality trade, I just need to hold on to it longer. Now, I took a lot of trades here. I really did take a lot of trades, to be honest with you. But there was a very specific plan, and I feel like I didn't maximize the capability that I had in this day, especially. Like my other problem is risk to reward. Wow, I'm fucking yawning. I'm tired. Holy shit. My risk to reward is abysmal. Like it's disgusting, right? My risk to reward is not good enough. And that's something that I'm just like, I can tell that I'm suffering from, like just lack of discipline, be able to hold on to trades longer. But this was like a really clean play, honestly. This is like almost textbook play. On the 45-minute chart, it's a textbook play. Like, if I didn't get in long around 601s, because this was right here, the entry technically, 600s was the entry condition, because it closed within the gap. If I jumped in long there, my risk overall is 75 points. So my problem, babe, it's not a matter of like, it's not even like okay, the reason why I blew up the other day was not because my entry was actually wrong. My entry condition was technically right, but the overall problem with that trade was my size was really big, so I could only afford 3 to 4 losses, and basically like my losses ended up being like almost $500 to $600 a trade. And same thing here, my trade losses for my combine is literally like $600 to $700 a trade because the range is so big. Like the market is moving at a rate of 100 and 125 points every 20 minutes. Every 20 minutes is 120 points. So if I traded one mini, I am blowing up no matter what. Now the trend might play in a very nice manner too. Like your trend might be like in the most bullish state available. So if I look at it right here, right? My trend might look really bullish, right? Which is a good thing. You know, the direction of the market is clear. And my trend looks very bullish. But the problem is that I'm not giving myself enough space, like enough comprehension that like the drawdown's really big. So technically I should only be trading 2 micros on this type of range. Because like let's look back, like this was yesterday, this was the day before yesterday, the day before yesterday, and then the day before yesterday, and then the day before yesterday, and then obviously the market was constantly selling, right? But it's like, look at this range here, how it was only 260 points, right? Like the sell-off, the other one was 500, right? This is 260, the other one was 500 points. This one right here was a 100-point move in about 4 minutes, right? And it pulled back into 55 points, which isn't as big as like the range today. Today the range is like 100 points. Pullback, whatever it is, like pullback's 100 points. The push forward is 120 points, and that's just really big, right? And it's increasingly getting bigger. Like it's not getting smaller. In fact, right? I could jump into a long trade right here, and look at this one. This one's 61 points. This was at 10:30 on February 19th, right? And you see how this pullback was 60 points? Now the pullbacks are fucking 100 to 120 points, 150 points, almost 200. Which means to me that like I'm obviously like I'm not like giving myself enough room in the next trade to do well. And this is a very short time span too, that like on the current day versus now, like this trade was only about 1 minute, yeah, like 2 minutes, babe. 2 minutes for 125 points. As for this trade, took 10 minutes. Right? I mean, like the range is 60 to 120. It's still pretty big, like considering the amount of drawdown that you have to put yourself into. But the amount of time, right, to get caught in a bad trade is really high, right? And yeah, I don't know. I gotta work on that for real. Like clearly, I clearly have to work on that. But we retested the 105 moving average, and we're coming back down. And look at this. This should be like a 120 point pullback or something like that. It should be like down here or some shit. Maybe even down here. 150 points. We're retesting the prior high. And we might retest the breakout here. This one's engulfing the whole candle almost. But yeah, I'm gonna say it's safe to buy this dip on this prior high here. And I'm gonna go for a nice spike up and then a get out really quick trade here. I need to see a big trade here.
Buy stop ES. Sell iceberg ES. Buy iceberg NQ. Buy iceberg NQ.
There you go.
Buy stop ES.
And that's called holding your winners a little bit longer, especially on a scalp. But if you get into a really good position, you should be holding for more than 20 points, for sure. You should be holding for at least, like, in this type of range, at least 20 to 120 points
Sell
on
iceberg
each of the
ES.
moves. There's a support on 696.25. So that's why it bounced here. There should be a support here. I want to see it pull back right here, maybe.
Sell iceberg ES.
I'll read this again later. Need to leave at 12. Where is it?
Sell stop YM.
I have to go to Home Depot. Yeah, 1 mini. That's all. Doing base hits, constantly trading the way that I trade before, and
Buy
next
iceberg
time
ES.
when I get my XFAs, I'm gonna fucking hold my trades. You know, like if I jump into a trade,
Buy stop
I'm not gonna
NQ.
just scalp for $200, $400. I'm gonna scalp for like $500 to $1,000, and that's what I'm gonna aim for. Just so that my expectancy and my gains on the day is much higher than my losses. You know, because what's the point of like me? Like this is the thing, babe. Like, what's the point of me jumping into a trade and taking a $500 loss because my stop loss is wide, but then every time it goes up like a couple ticks and I make $250, what's the whole idea behind it? Why am I doing negative risk to reward, right? Why do I allow myself to take $500 losses, but I don't give myself the chance to make $500 gains? You know, and that's something that I need to correct because it was very apparent. It was very apparent when I was trading before, and I still struggle. Like I still struggle with that specific um, trading pattern. Like I still struggle with it. It has improved though, which is a good thing. It has improved, but my overall sentiment needs to be better. You know, like just overall, like I can't constantly like jump into a long trade at like a certain price and expect to take a $600 to $400 loss, but never give myself the chance to make the same amount. You know, I just don't like that, and it just means that like my trade quality, my idea isn't valid, which is why I get like my stop loss gets hit, and my trade idea should be valid when I take my longs. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense to me. If I jump into a short trade, if I jump into a long trade and it hits my stop loss, it just means I picked the wrong direction, right? And it means that like right now is not a good time to buy. But if I jump into a long trade, I should be up $400 right away too. The same idea, no? If I jumped into a short position, it would
Sell stop
obviously
NQ.
be a good trade idea for $400 on the downside to hit my stop as well. You know what I mean? Like, get what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? you know, you know what I mean, babe? It's crazy to me though. That's like how
Sell stop YM.
this is how trading is, you know.
Buy
I can never I could never like fathom the idea that, you know, that's what they do. It's like how you become better. But you know, Adobe, right? Adobe hasn't done anything crazy yet, and earnings are coming soon. Earnings are coming soon, dude. Earnings is coming in Wednesday, 11th of. Why did I say December? What the fuck? March 12th, your birthday. So let's hope that, you know, your birthday gives us a big fat win, you know? But what a disappointment in Adobe, babe, like for real. It's like the first time I've actually held a trade beyond like a shit like crazy amount, you know what I mean? Like it's pretty wild that I held Adobe for that long. but it's just dog. Lots of dog. But you know, like the market's starting to become very recessive, eh, babe? Like it's actually downtrending now. And that to me right here, this is a really big bearish wedge pattern. And I'm not surprised that like they double topped here and then they started selling off on the bearish wedge. I would be shocked if the market actually sold off back to the lows here. And usually it does. It usually pulls back about 50%, and then we get a bounce or about 80% of the move. So there's a good opportunity that we have this year to buy puts like almost every week, you know? Like we should try that. You want to try that? We would buy, you know what we would do? We would buy weekly puts. So basically, like just one contract, we would buy a SPY contract on the downside, expecting it to hit a certain price, and we would do that every week for the next like 2 months. Usually costs like if it's far out of the money, it's like $50 per trade. It could be like $100 per trade on the weekly. Huh? Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the pullback, and then I'm gonna start jumping in shorts maybe on the options. But I don't know. I think it's worth the risk, and like this is it does look like a bearish market. Like it really does. They wouldn't have like created a lower price there on the daily. You know what I mean? And the volatility is much higher too. I don't know. Every time they make a lower low though, the market has the tendency to bounce after it breaks the low, and then after it breaks the low, it comes back down again. And that's what they did. They repeated the exact same thing over history over and over again, and maybe this might be like where we just keep going higher and higher and higher and higher and higher today. Which would be funny as hell. Right there was a Hey Kutan, how are you? Welcome back. You just came back for me to take a losing trade here, you know? Yeah. Weird stuff, man. Today's weird. Today is weird, my friend. Today is weird. There was a couple good levels though. You're not unlucky, bro. Don't worry. It's just me, man. Lucky Charms. Yeah, yeah, this was a clean 5-minute breakout. See, this is the funny thing, right, Kutan? Look at this. Look at this. And you see how it worked out, right? Then look at that. You see the whole difference, right? Like I jumped into long on those on that day. And then they did the same thing here. But this time they broke it out. Trades yesterday? Calendar's okay. I actually took more trades than I usually do, but that's because it's a combine, so I'm trying to like kind of gut it a little bit. I made $1,000 on this trade. See, that's my problem, Kutan. You know what I mean? Like taking the fact that like you should be taking trades where you're making $1,000 in with one mini. If you're making one mini of a trade, your risk, if you're risking like almost $400, did you get this yesterday? Get what? Yeah, I got it yesterday. I got it yesterday, and then I took a couple trades because I saw some opportunities at the end of the day. It was pretty straightforward, and I actually didn't even take the trades at a crazy time. I think I took it like right here. I'll show you. Yeah, I took right here on this day here, right around here. I started like scaling shorts, right? Because I thought that the momentum was dying out here. So I thought we would get a continuation. And then right around here, I took a short. And I traded a lot today. I'll be real with you. I traded a lot on this account today. But that's fine. But I'm going back to square one, you know, with combines and stuff. And just going to give myself a chance here to try to make some money. All right, I like the looks on this. I'm gonna say it comes back down here, and I'm gonna risk $905 on this trade. I want to see it flush back down to the body block here, this block. Fill this entire block. I could be wrong though. Holy shit. That would fucking suck. Buyers have been like really holding it down though. Like something about the buyers, dude, is ridiculous today. Honestly. I had to get out of that trade, man. What's up with these guys, man? This is technically a good setup, but the problem is that like we've been selling off for so long that I don't even want to do that. I think it might be better to just go against it. The trade idea is not going to work if we're constantly like the profile of the market, we're pretty much at the lowest price on the market. And that looks like a clean bounce to me. Maybe we just continue. That was a very quick loss, you know? How did you trade? Did you do well? Did you take anything? Yeah, these guys are holding it above it. I think this is going to make new highs. Would like to see new highs here. He's like a double top or something. And it's good that you were scared. Honestly, like the environment's kind of hard to really understand. So it's possible that we get caught in a remaining sideways trend. This is still a higher low here forming, and we haven't broke another lower low. So that kind of tells me we kind of want to push higher, and we just cracked the highs here. So I want to be confident in this trade, you know, give myself some time. That's fucking true. I need to really work on my like entries honestly today. My entries are fucking disgusting and I'm actually disappointed in myself for it. I need to look at the book map here. These guys are disgusting. Actually, like, market makers are so annoying sometimes, right?
Buy iceberg YM.
We have order at 800s too. Pretty big order on 950s as well. And I think we have enough liquidity to push back up here somewhere because market's been really bearish for the past like 8 days. I'm expecting one big green bar day at least, right? Like a nice V shape somewhere. And this might be the one. But I never know. Like, you actually never know which day it's going to be. It could be today. It could be tomorrow. It could be a week later. I don't know, honestly. So far, the market's been pushing higher and we haven't been going lower, right? We broke out and we're still pushing higher. And there's a consolidation here too. I think we could get to that level. I want to say like this is the area that we're interested in. 800s is the most guaranteed price, but I'd say 786s is what I'm looking for.
Sell stop gold.
Retest and continuation. Hope so.
YMH5.
We crack here, this should be a run right over 755s. I want to see like 780s here with the momentum at least. Some sort of momentum here over the prior high. And then after they crack the prior high, then they're going to continue selling off. But the probability of the longs is a little bit higher now because of the whole situation here on the 45-minute as well as the daily chart. It's all there. I say NASDAQ goes to 336s, 836s maybe. I think we could definitely get out of here. Come on, give me a squeeze, guys. There's an 800s level. I want to say like just right at the highs here. Just sweep out the short sellers again. And then we call it. And they call it here. If they crack it over here, I think we're good. Yep. Nice crack. Should be a squeeze now. Yeah. Should be a squeeze here. See, that's the problem, man. Honestly, to tend to like in trading, dude, it's so important to maximize your gains, man. So important to maximize your gains. Just so that you never get caught. Like my previous account, I just, you know what it was, right? It was just me not prioritizing on the proper setups. Well, I did prioritize on the proper setups, but it just made me realize that I had to like really stick with my process. I had too many opportunities, man. I just looked back at all like the errors that I've made, and I've had too many opportunities where I took at like longs in really great positions and shorts in really good positions, and just not maximizing on those trades. Like for example, me taking short here. This is a very efficient trade, and basically after it broke, I took my entry here. My efficiency trade, like to be more efficient on this trade, it should have been the target, the low here at 43s, but I got out right here around like 14.25s, right? Like I missed out on almost 30 points of profit, $600. Same idea applies to my other trades the other day too, where I took a long right here. I got out for 12.5 points. My risk was 23.25 points, right? Like it just doesn't make sense. Like I messed up, bro. Like my target should have been the high of this candle here, 52.75 at least, right? If not, even higher, maybe the high of this, 112 points. But I just kept on, I keep doing that to myself. And if I'm gonna risk $600, I should definitely look to make like 2,400 or double of it, at least like 1 to 2 risk reward, right? Not the opposite. So right now, like this technically is a, if I jump into a long position here, like my risk would technically be the low here, 83.25s, and my goal should be the same thing. You know what I mean? Morning, Elsie. How are you? I had a big problem I observed with me is that I fail to come in terms with loss and I fight to try to get green. Yeah, I think that was me yesterday. Definitely me yesterday, man. How are you doing today, Elsie? Are you green or are you... What's going on? Failed to come in terms of loss. Red? Yo, I don't blame you, dude. Look at this. I don't blame you at all. Getting to break even? Hey, if it helps you, longs are looking good. Longs are looking good until it doesn't. This could be a double top, but I think longs are really strong today. Yeah, there was a really big range, man. Like some crazy range here. 120 and then literally another 100 points and then another 117 points and then another like 100 points. Like typical structure is usually only 60 points and it takes about 10 minutes, right? To get 60 points, but this one's like 2 minutes, 100 points. Like there's no way. So when I'm expecting pullbacks, I want to expect 100-point pullbacks. Just a heads up. Yeah. Expect 100-point pullbacks, 130-point pullbacks. Expect that range here, and I think you should be golden. If you jump into a trade right here, it's like, okay, you know, you're up 73 points. What's the most that you can maximize on this? Maybe another 30 points. But yeah, the range is definitely 100 points and above. For me, it's better to restrict myself to a number of trades and daily loss limit and locking myself out for the day, as I'm unable to take more than 2 trades a day. Yo, Kutan, try this out. Honestly, when I was trading the other day, or when I was trading like on my XFAs and stuff, I decided that, you know what I'm going to do when I get my live funded accounts again? I'm going to, my next plan now is to actually limit myself on my daily loss limit to this. I was looking at all my trade history, right? And I was checking like basically every single day, what was my max loss on my P&L low? You know, what was my P&L low? And basically like my max P&L low was 743.40. So when I get my XFAs, what I'm gonna do is that I'm actually gonna lock out my accounts if it's above 750 or even 740. I'll say like 700. Yeah. I'll say 700 because a lot of the times my trades end up being about $681.18 to $626 for the drawdown before, it gets near to blowing up. I think by that price is like where I start to get really like on tilt. And I noticed that, if I'm above $800, it's like I'm on fucking tilt without a doubt, If I'm at 681, it's like I'm still manageable, but I think $700 is going to be my hard cap. Like hard cap, maybe even 850, but I think $700 might be my hard cap when I get my XFAs again. Because it just doesn't make sense to me that like, and like I looked at my average winning trades too. Like look at that. That's disgusting, bro. Even this one was not bad, right? But still pretty bad. Only $143. Like it shouldn't be $143, right? It should be this 335 plus minus 262.80 or above 52.14. Not fucking risking 165 and my reward is 52.14 as an average. That's stupid to me, right? Same idea here. 1 to 2, 1 to 2 risk to reward, like reward to risk. Reward to risk is negative. Like it just doesn't make sense to me, and I don't want that. I don't want that when I'm trading. I want my winners to be bigger than my losers. See, reward to risk was 1 to 168, which is disgusting. But I did fairly well, right? Like I did do well because I had good risk management on locking out when I was up on the day, but I think I need to really humble myself even further. And when I get my XFAs, I'll have $700 as my max loss, and that will give me 3 days of trading, basically 3 days of max loss. So if I take a max loss of 700, I know that And oh, let me show you on my other one too. I'll show you this one here. When I was trading my funded futures, I had that same issue. Wait, I'll show you. I had the same issue when I was trading my funded futures. I'm trying to find it. Let me show you really quickly. Like this is what like my funded futures looked like when I was trading. Damn, it's hot in here. What the fuck? Getting hot. Toasty. When I was trading my funded futures, like my average win, like on this one too. So my average win was 49.12. My average loss was 84.14. And I'm getting there. Like I got to like my payout structure and everything, and it's like I can replicate it. I can replicate like having, these consistent green days enough for me to get a payout each time. But that's not my goal anymore. Like my goal is to grow my account beyond that. I want to grow it beyond 2,000, and then take payouts more often, feeling safer. You know. So this one, even this account, where is it? This one was the I don't know what happened to my accounts where like I was doing really fucking well for like the longest time ever. I think it was like my last one. Must have been this one. This one. Look at this. Right? Like this one is $1,200 daily loss limit, $600 gain, $1,200 daily loss limit, $600 gain, $600 gain, 236 with only less trades. And I noticed that, you know, the less trades you take, you're better off making a lot of, like, you're going to give yourself more green days with taking less trades for sure. And then as I'm going above 8 trading days, it looks like I always hit my daily loss limit. And then basically 687, $600. And then this is where I actually pushed my daily loss limit down to $500 to $600 as well. And that was 50 trades. Then this other day, it hit my daily loss limit for 43, for 1200 again. This day was 700, and then eventually I just blew up. Even though I had about 3 weeks worth of progress, it looks like every time I, you know, get too close to 1200, I'll blow up. So I need to limit it by $600 because my gain on average can be $600 as well. But yeah, I think I'm gonna take a short here. I think we can probably pull back here 100 points. Down to this specific low here, I'd say. I want to say we are hitting a double top here. And this right here was equal lows almost. So I think this trade will be equal lows most likely. I wanted to watch it wash below here. I want to get an equal lows trade because this is a SMT divergence here on the downside, and basically the probability of this trade working out in my favor and hitting equal lows is higher. I think right here would be good. Yeah. All right. So, see, I got out of my trade a little bit earlier there. I think it actually could hit 900s, to be honest with you. But that's another example of what I need to do. I need to learn how to maximize my profits on trades that make sense. Right? Look at how this trade right here, we had a lower high. We didn't close above it, so that's a lower high. We had a double top here, another lower high. And then we started grinding down slowly. I know that the market structure is right now giving us 100-point ranges. So, you know, the likelihood of this trade following through is higher because we're only at 50 points. So we're not at 80 points. Maybe the volume is decreasing. If the volume is decreasing as time goes on, though, because we're getting closer to lunch, that means you want to like understand that, you know, the range can decrease too, is like, you know, as it gets closer to lunch. But I don't know. I think I should have held on to that trade, to be honest with you, and just aimed for this specific level because it could hit, to be honest with you. But it's nice that you only take 2 trades a day, Q10. Seriously, like that's all you need, man. And I hate not having data. Not having data for TradingView Sucks to not have data. Yeah, looks like a continuation for 680s here. I think we follow through. So yeah, that was a perfect ICT strategy, literally. It's right there. That's an ICT strategy right there. Entry was right here. Wow. Entry was right there. And it came back to retest the order block, which is this. This is the order block right here. Came back to retest the order block. That's the entry. Technically, entry is right here, short position. And then your stop loss at the highs, and then you're aiming for the equal lows play. So that's the equal lows of the trade. Wow. Damn. See, that's my problem. That was another $1,000 trade, and I held it for 500. But it's like I knew that it was going to that specific level, right? So what's holding me back, right? What is holding me back here? And it just keeps going. Just keeps going, bro. Jeez. I'm holding myself back here. Okay. I'll see you on Monday, Kutan. Enjoy your weekend, eh? I will. I gotta take a nice break, work on my job. I don't know. Sometimes, like, I just feel like I need to, like, find a job, honestly. Just to be real, like, doing combines and not getting paid for a while, it really hurts the pockets, bro. So, in any case, I'll see you around, man. I'm gonna be streaming for a little bit longer and then I gotta go. All right, LC. Time to lock out, brother. You took the shorts, right? That was a pretty obvious short, I'm pretty sure. That was a solid short for sure. Yeah, that one right here was an A+ setup actually for one of the concepts. I held this one up to a certain point and I chickened out. I held it for 24.25 points, right? My risk was 42, technically, 42 points from this level. My exit should have been right here. This was actually my exit criteria, but you know, shit happens. Now it's coming back. Lower low, higher high, equal highs. Yeah, we're coming back into this level here, maybe. I'm all right. I'm working on my combines right now. I just need another like $2,000. It might take a week or something like that, and then I'll have 4 funded accounts. Yeah, I decided to take more funded accounts and try to maximize on my potential for gains, right? If I manage to, maximize my trades on every single trade that I take, I have a really good expectancy, honestly. Like I have very good entries, like most of the time I have a very good entry. Like rarely do I not have a good entry. If I'm like very careful and I take like only 1 to 2 trades a day, rarely do I have a bad entry. And that itself is going to be what makes my account grow, right? It's all about having the best entries possible. Like I had a short right here, and you know how it is. Like I could have easily made $900 on that trade. Imagine that I maximized that on all my accounts, right? If I kept doing that rather than, and my risk was reasonable, right? Like if I took a risk of $500 and it hits my $500 stop loss, but I had a reward for 43, which is 900. I think that's good, right? I gotta keep doing that. I gotta keep focusing on bigger wins, because if I keep focusing on bigger wins, it's gonna help me grow my account quicker. And I like a lot of people that are very good at holding their winners, especially like the TopStep traders, bro. They grow their accounts like $1,300 to $2,000. It's crazy. It's just wild to me. They're just better than me at it. They don't do instant gratification. And I learned that, I was reading a book. I was reading a book. It's called right now I'm reading The Power of Discipline. Right? Just reading this one right here, Power of Discipline by Daniel Walter. And basically how to use self-control and mental toughness to achieve your goals. And he talks about how to build your discipline, you can't give into whatever you're like, give into things that you don't want, and give into things that It is. It's not bad. It's a short book. It's really small, to be honest with you. It's a small book, right? But my fiance's brother gave it to her to read, and he says that he really likes it. So I thought it would make sense. Like something that kind of resonated with me on this was talking about how you can improve like your brain functions by targeting them, and then self discipline and focusing on work simultaneously. But they say you can't master one without the other. But basically, it's like just having to remove myself from temptation is going to help me build my character, and it's going to help me build my trade thesis. It's going to help me hold on to trades longer. And I thought that, you know, this book has nothing to do with trading though, but it's just about building discipline. Just building it. And building it would be if I jump into a trade, right? Would I feel comfortable taking a $300 profit, or would I be more comfortable taking a $900 profit? Stuff like that, right? If I take a $500 profit, I think that's not bad either. But it's just, I don't want to take instant gratification anymore, because every time I do that, it's just like I'm building my character to only take $245 gains, $275 gains, when in reality, this day was a very good day, and this trade turned out to be $4,000, right? So that's something that I need to practice on. And I noticed that there's a lot of like these Instagram YouTubers, right? And there's a guy out there that's making like $3,500 to $4,000 just using 15 micros, right? Just one trade, one single trade. And then what he does is that he starts scaling his trade up. Doesn't scale down, scales up. So for example, he'll add into a position, set his comfortable stop loss of 1,000 points, whatever, and just let it run. He'll just hold on to his trade forever. And then eventually, when he starts seeing higher lows, he'll just scale it up until it starts making equal highs. And then that's when he starts getting out. But yeah, I want that. I want that for myself, right? I don't want to chicken out anymore. No more chicken. Do you read, Elsie? Do you read a lot, or? No? Do you read other books? I rarely read, man. But I kind of want to start reading more. I remember when I was reading, I felt a lot more, it's like having to read is also a discipline too. That's what it is. It's also a discipline. Reincarnation? Oh. That sounds like an interesting read. Kardec, even as a movie on Netflix. Oh. I always find it interesting how there's so many different movies out there that just changes the way that you think, right? Like everyone can have like a different perspective on things, and that's what makes or breaks whatever career you're trying to go for. And I find that insane. And It's very easy to train the brain too, to rewire yourself in a way that helps you make sense of what you're doing. Hey babe, when do you have to go? Now?
12. I have to go from here.
At 12. Okay. So we're retesting deeper, way deeper in this range than we should, to be honest with you. So kind of tells me that we're going to get a nice dump somewhere. Another continuation maybe. Make another lower low. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I think this is an order block for the breakout because we had a lot of difficulty getting out of that trade zone before. So I might try, you know what? I'm going to try getting in a buy this time. I want to say $500. I'm going to risk $500. Or even the low of this wick. Where should I risk? There's a little gap there. No. There's only a gap down here, which that's my biggest concern here in this trade, but I think this is the first time they've been bullish today, so I like my chances on this trade here. Coming back up to retest higher. Want to see a bull retest. 2 candles higher. Range is really big, so see a squeeze here, right into that resistance here. Come on. That's like 390 for 1-to-1 in a way. 390 for 390. Yeah. Oh shit. See, that's instant gratification. I gotta like stop, you know? I gotta stop doing that. Can't be gratified. I can't be happy about that, you know? Like, what am I doing to myself? I don't know. Right here is my worst and best trade. My best trade is still positive. My worst trade is 772. And let's take a look at the profit factor. I'm 1.24, which means I'm in the positive. My average win is less than my average loss, though. Not that good. I don't want that to be the case. Right? But that gives me a little bit more comprehension to what I need to accomplish here. Right? We are trading in a Malikan range here, so I think we could get a dip by deeper under, maybe like a pocket dip. Sorry, right here somewhere. I don't know. I'll be right back. Why are you laughing?
What are you doing?
Why are you laughing?
Because what are you doing?
Huh? Why are you laughing? What did I do? This is a solid pullback. Like equal lows pullback here on this 15-minute wick, and then immediately straight up into the right shoulder here. Definitely interesting to see. So this means that 718s might be a target. Yeah. I want to say like more in the order block range here. Could come back into this level. That's the thing like about trading, is that you gotta like really take in the fact that if you're gonna risk $300 here, you're gonna aim to make 3x or 4x on it, not just 1x. That was a really bad trade on me. It's interesting though. Okay, I kind of have an idea of what this is though. Thankfully, could be just a double top here. I'm gonna take a shot at that short here. I'm gonna go for a small scalp maybe, or a double top. I know sellers are a little bit here, like the sellers. We are rejecting this level a little bit. So I want to see a pullback here. Let's see a sweep into this retest. I want to see a nice sweep here. Very clean double top there. Very nice clean double top. I want to see them sweep into this 50% mark here. Just 50% and call it a retest and then another gap higher. Right? Retest and a gap higher. That's the goal in this trade. Okay, looks like this trade idea did not work out. Crazy how the buyers are coming through now. Yeah, I think we're kind of running here. I think we might break the highs here on the 15. $777s here. Nice close right above the 1 minute. Just want to see how this 3 minute holds. $160 is the most they push it up by. Could still reach here. But I like how these candles are looking much more red. So I think I'm gonna take a couple shorts here maybe. Say this looks like some pattern that I've seen before where they keep pumping it though. Very tight little pennant here, riding the, what's that, 9? Riding the 9 moving average. Not really touching it. Actually, what are the chances? What are the chances here? Pretty high, no? Oh. You too, Elsie. I'll see you around. I will see you around. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I might just lock out too and be done with the day. I gotta go soon anyway, so. Thanks for coming by. I'll see you on Monday and see what's going on. I think this March is gonna be a good March, you know? I ain't playing no games this March. No games this March. Right? Have a good one. I'm gonna end my stream too, actually. I'm done. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm gonna be calling it a week and hope y'all enjoy your weekend.